593 pages. That's how big the stimulus bill is, this brand new stimulus bill that they just passed. Let me show you something here. Check this out. This right here was the first stimulus bill. Had 335 pages. You want to see how ridiculous the 335 pages looked on Trump's desk when he signed it? Look at this. See that big box of papers right here? He's signing the first stimulus bill. It was supposed to be 2.2 trillion. When he said he signed it for 6.2 trillion.
Now I'm going to sign this, and it's a great honor. $6.2 trillion. I've never signed anything with a T on it. I don't know if I can handle this one, Mitch. We can't chicken out at this point, can we? I don't think so, huh? All right, thank you all.
So immediately, $4 trillion evaporated right off the top. There's 335 pages right there. The new bill is 5,593 pages. Look at this monster. Look at this. Look, you can just keep scrolling. Look, doesn't even move the indicator right here. Look at that. Just keep scrolling as fast as you want. Doesn't even hardly move that indicator. How ridiculous do you think that's going to look sitting on Trump's desk? That's 335 pages. What's 5,593 pages going to look like? And let me just tell you some of the stuff this bill covers. Check this out. The foreign aid allocations include $500 million in U.S. foreign aid to Israel, $1.3 billion to the Egyptian military, $25 million to Pakistan, including for gender programs. It's a huge omnibus bill. They packed everything that they could into this 5,593 pages. Guys, think about it. Think about the mountain of papers this thing represents. How many trees had to give their lives for this stupid bill? This is laughable. $453 million to Ukraine and $700 million for Sudan. It also includes a $1.4 billion for the implementation of U.S. foreign policy goals in the Asian Reassurance Initiative Act. And those are just a couple of the things on the table for foreign aid. They stuffed it into this huge omnibus bill, which does not allow room for debate, no scrutiny, and definitely no accountability and oversight. I'm going to play for you what Tulsi Gabbard said about why she didn't sign this bill. Check this out.
Hey, everybody. I just got back from having voted on the House floor on this massive spending bill. I voted against it, and I wanted to tell you why. First of all, this bill was over 5,500 pages long. We received the text of this bill at approximately 2:30 this afternoon, and we're told we'd have to go and vote on it just a few hours later. There is no way that anybody in Congress had the opportunity or the time to go through and read this bill to know exactly what was in it. I've been here long enough to see how provisions are snuck into these bills literally in the dark of night without any announcement, without telling anyone what is in it, and then rushed through in the manner that we have just seen tonight. This is the height of irresponsibility, and it is absolutely no way for the people's representatives to be able to represent the interests of the American people. The second thing is the central part of this bill was supposed to be about providing direct COVID relief to the American people who are struggling and who need help the most. This bill dished out hundreds of billions of dollars going towards special interests, going towards the military-industrial complex, going towards foreign countries, meanwhile saying, here's what's left for you. You get $600. I'll tell you, in Hawaii, that in most cases won't even cover 25% of your rent. It is an insult and a slap in the face to every single American in this country who is struggling because of this COVID pandemic, who is concerned about not being able to pay the rent, about eviction, about whether you'll have enough to buy groceries or medicine for yourself or your loved ones. This bill is a representation of the screwed up priorities of Washington. They should be fighting for you and making sure that you, the American people, come first. This bill did not do that.
So even gun-grabbing CFR member Tulsi Gabbard gets it. She says that she couldn't sign the bill because it was a spending bill that gave billions to corporate interests, the military-industrial complex, and other countries, leaving crumbs for you who need help the most. And we're, like I said in a couple of videos before, we're in a catch-22 here. If you take the stimulus money, they issue this stimulus money, they increase the M2 money supply, the Federal Reserve makes out like bandits, the value of your dollar plummets. So it basically is a massive theft, not just a theft of the American currency. This is going to be a theft of currencies all across the board, guys. It's a theft of your time and your laboring energies, because when you go off to work, you go off to work for those dollars. When they increase the supply of those dollars, the value of each dollar that you hold is diminished. It evaporates. So they're stealing from your time and your laboring energies and the time and laboring energies of our future unborn posterity. Kicking the can clear down the road. Who benefits? Amazon benefits, Walmart benefits, the Federal Reserve benefits, the IMF, the IRS, Washington's District of Criminals. Guys, if there was ever a time to end the charade that is Washington, D.C., that time is now. I am shocked that there's one American left out there who thinks it's a good idea to continue paying your taxes. Am I giving you any kind of financial advice? Absolutely not. You do you. You conduct the affairs of your own life, but it is laughable that they give trillions and trillions of dollars to corporate interests, to the military-industrial complex, to big pharma. Oh, we didn't even talk about that. Check this out right here. The agreement would provide $20 billion for the purchase of the jab, so that they can be available at no charge. Oh yeah, no charge. We just stole your money to make this available to you. We stole your money to give you a pittance of $600. At no charge to those who need it, as well as another $8 billion for VAXX distribution. Who do you think that's going to go in the pocket of? The military-industrial complex and people like Gil Bates. It also would give states $20 billion to assist with what? You know, those tests that are so good, those tests that even mainstream media admits are a complete failure. And it adds $3 billion to the $175 billion fund for hospitals and healthcare providers for reimbursement of healthcare-related expenses or lost revenue resulting from the planned organized partial shutdown of the U.S. economy in the second quarter, according to James Bullard from the Federal Reserve in St. Louis. Guys, we got to get our heads out of our asses, and we got to get together, and we got to do something.